saying a hearty good morning once again to our listeners and viewers. Welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz here on Classic Radio 105.5 and 105.9. Let me say good morning also to our viewers, those of you viewing GBN TV, Channel 7, Channel 11 or Channel 40. Good morning. What about our social media audience also? The Facebook page, YouTube channel, good morning and welcome. In studio with me this morning is no other than Mr. Ricardo Kings Douglas. I want to say good morning to you, sir, and welcome. Nice to have you in studio.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. It's my first time here with you.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's my first time in GBN. We did something a while back, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, probably memory don't again.
Okay.
I used to be in another network and we did something back then. Yeah, so that's what on the
good morning, everybody.
Welcome.
Diaspora in the world.
Yes. Yeah. It's all about Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence.
That's right, yeah. And I'm wearing this mask because I have a little, I don't have a cold, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I understand. So. I just say precautions.
Yeah. Yes, man. It's independence is beginning to take up speed, you know, and it's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. And most people are looking forward to the 50th.
Yeah, tell me your role in this year's for the benefit for the listeners and viewers. Your role in this year's independence celebrations.
Okay, I'm here to assist in the sense of the creative directing of the whole process. As they call me the creative director, and so I kind of oversee like the shows and what's happening, the production of things like that, specific.
Okay.
But it's a great team. I believe teamwork is great work. So I kind of like like a godfather over everything to say, yay, nay, that sort of thing.
So the do's and don'ts
and stuff
like that.
To the best of my ability.
All right. February 7th, Independence Day. There's a particular event that is happening on that day. I was taking a view of it. It's that after the parade and everything else, there's going to be that cultural show. Tell us a wee bit about that. What some of the aspects of it.
Well, first of all, the parade starts at 2:30.
Yes.
Like 2 o'clock, 2:30, and that's supposed to be like a 2 hours, so 4:30, and then there is going to be a cultural performance on the field itself, as they normally do.
Yes.
So this year we're going to try and make it a little different, and I don't want to give away too much, right? But
just a cultural show for now.
There's a cultural show for now, and there's a slight concert after, and there's going to be massive, fireworks. Right. So it's going to be a really incredible event. And
so I'm assuming that to run late evening?
Yes, it's going to go until 8 o'clock. So be prepared to be there for 8, because that's why we're starting late, 2:30.
Okay.
And the parade starts. I know people are going to be inside that stadium, because if you want to get a good seat, thousands of people are going to be coming from all over into Grenada. So make sure you get there on time. If you have to have your water, have your food, your little sandwiches to keep you going. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a fun day. There's also going to be an exhibition that's happening within the stadium, the Made in Grenada exhibition. So you can come early and browse around and see all the wonderful things that Grenada has to offer, from trinkets to to jewelry to you name it, artwork, everything, books, everything.
And it's definitely going to be unique Grenadian.
Only Grenadian, unique Grenadian. Yes.
I always have a little bit of concern about that. Sometimes I see other aspects of other countries in our celebration, which kind of throws me off a wee bit.
Yes.
I'm speaking personally. I like to be frank sometimes.
Yeah.
And there was one year I was looking at an event and there was a dance on stage, dancing to a song from another country, which I thought was a little bit off.
Yes, especially if you're celebrating your country.
You're celebrating your, I said, you can't go to that country and hear a song from Grenada play.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yes,
so why would we have an event and a song from another country and they're having dancers dancing it?
Yes,
It was a little off. I thought whoever prepared it didn't
think on that.
They wasn't thinking.
Because if you're dealing with Grenada, especially on an anniversary like this, it should be all Grenada.
All Grenada.
I mean, during the year it's fine. You can do whatever you can with the music, because
always keep it in depth Grenadian. That's my part.
Right.
I'm a kind of person that like what is Grenadian, let it be Grenadian.
Right.
That's my feeling about it always.
Yeah. And that day too, we're gonna have a flyby with planes and stuff like that. So I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be really, really fun. And it's in the cricket stadium.
Okay.
So remember, the cricket stadium too is not lighted, so everything has to happen within the daylight savings time. That kind of time.
Okay.
So hopefully that by between 5 and 6, when the sun is going down, that's when the field stuff is going to happen, and then from 6 we'll move on to the stage. And once it gets dark, that's when the fireworks and stuff, and it's going to be magnificent this year.
But like you're giving off a lot already.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Well, I think everybody's expecting fireworks, so it's not to say they're just going to expect it. So I might as well tell them it's going to be magnificent.
All right.
You know, there are other surprises to it, so I'm not going to give away that. But the most important thing is that we are trying to involve like the schools and everybody, because this is going to be a memorable moment going through in the future. That 50 years that I was part of that 50 years. You know, so the mass movement's going to on the field is going to be a lot about youth.
Yes,
you know, the young people, the ballet dancers, this, that. You know, and it's just going to be one of those things where it's an experience they will have to carry for the rest of their lives. You know, and it's going to be about maybe 800 people doing it. Yes, you know, so it's going to be great.
Seems like you've been working pretty hard, man.
I think that's why I have this little cough. It's not really a cold, it's just exhaustion, I think, you know.
Yes.
And you have to watch your health and stuff because you're dealing with thousands of people. You're dealing with vendors, you're dealing with this, you're dealing with that, you know. And it's just the creativity and connecting with people, you know. It's just a lot of work. But I love doing it.
Tell me about the preparational aspect of it. How is things preparing thus far?
For what?
The cultural, that cultural show.
The cultural show is great.
It's good. I mean, the preparation part, everything is already...
you know me, everything is
It's a go for the date?
It's a go for the date. We just have to execute it.
Yes.
You know, and if everybody, this is how I operate, if everybody does what they have to do, things will fall into place, you know. I hate micromanaging, but most times I end up micromanaging because I have to be on top of things. And I try not to settle for mediocrity, I'm very honest, you know. People have to live up to that standard because we're going out to the world, and I think Grenadians are capable of being brilliant and being wonderful. So they just have to, once we put our mind state and our hearts and our souls into it, it's gonna be magical.
All right, I agree. I agree.
So it's a lot, and it's a family affair, and that day I want everybody, of course, going to come in their colors and full of energy and things like that. There's another. Okay, now can't talk too much about that. Yeah, I'd love to tell you. I
know we're going to get that in the slip of the tongue, you know, but
yeah, I know it's going to be a lot of fun, you know, and it's not. This is a nation thing, you know. I keep telling people that it's nothing to do with politics right now. Politics is out the door, you know. I'm not into that politics. God has given me a gift to share, to do things. So I don't care who's in power, who's in that. Once you bring me in, is to do this for the country, right? So that day is not about A or B or C or D. It's just about the celebration of 50 years as a nation, as a people. Everybody's come together to feel good on that day, and that's a feel I want on that day and throughout the year and forever afterward.
I like to chip in that word and say Grenadianism.
Grenadianism, yes, exactly. Carin and Petit Martinique.
Yes, that is what about. Yes. Now, coming up also on the next day, that will be the 8th of February. Tell us what happened. We're talking about folk in the town.
Yeah,
give us a little highlight about that. Not too much details because we want folks to come on and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
But the folk already sells what it's about.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
The folk already sells what it's about. So give us a little insight.
Well, I had this idea, you know, of going back to the olden days, you know, of folk music and stuff. And I don't know if you remember what the town was like with the market and the buses and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a stage on the Esplanade.
Yes.
Right? So if you stand on top of Market Hill and you look straight down onto the Esplanade where the mall is, by where Republic Bank is, that's where the stage will be. So people can stay on the street and see the concert. So the whole magic of that night is that people will be in the street. It's going to be, the stage going to be there, so you're like in a big, massive village kind of feel, and you'll get all the folk songs, storytelling, you know, pan, you know, that everything that's folky, that's us, that's very Grenadian. And there'll be, you know, one street will have food where you can go and buy food and come back. But I want everybody to dress folk that night, you know, with your head wraps, your this, your that, and just bring the kids and celebrate. Because I might even tell a story. I might do the Laja Bless story.
You never know.
You never know. So it's that kind of feeling. That's why I call it folk in the town. We're bringing back who we are, you know, together in the city, in the whole, you know, in the town of St. George, you know. And there's another magical moment that's going to happen that I can't talk about.
Yes.
It will happen maybe around 8 o'clock because it starts at 7, by the way.
As you said, the key thing here, folks, you have to come out to be part of it.
Yes.
Come out to be part of it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to know that events of that nature is happening because, you know, now folks are knowing that 50 years is going to be a grand celebration for Grenada. 50 years grand for Grenada. You understand?
It's amazing. 50 years. I mean, give praise and thanks. I mean, I won't be here for the next 50, but unless Moses,
you never know. You never know. There might have a way of blessing individuals these days.
But it's a moment to remember. I was born when it was when we had independence. So that's 50 years ago. So I was a very young boy.
I was still. Yeah. Probably even take the. I won't even go there.
But true. But so that day, that's the 8th. That's the 8th. That's the day after independence, the 7th independence in the stadium. So. It starts at 7 o'clock, I mean, people gather in 7 and stuff, but the show might start at 7:30. So 7 people gather, there'll be food, you can mingle, there'll be things selling as well, And it's a wonderful evening just to be under the stars.
And experience the Tongue of St. George.
Yeah, just experience
especially visitors coming back, that'll be a lovely concept also.
Exactly. So anybody who wants to be involved, vendors and stuff, you have to get permission. You just can't come and set up. It's not that kind of stuff.
So it'll be like a food village?
One of the streets.
One of the streets will be like a food village.
Right.
Great.
And we, it's just a nice evening, and we're asking people to just carpool as much as possible. Just don't come with Grenadians. Everybody have a car these days.
That's going to be a problem.
Yes. So
carpool. But of course, if folks have been told to do that, maybe they will follow suit.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to drive for themselves.
I know.
Everybody wants to drive.
But this is a great moment to celebrate with friends and say, let's all go. Get in the car and do it together. So it's same with the day on the 7th.
So I'm assuming the Tongue of St. George will be cordoned off on that day.
Yeah, they certainly. So the police
will be cordoned off the Tongue of St. George.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
And the police have an incredible, massive job. And they've been wonderful to work with. So it's really, really great. And they are the ones who are going to make everything happen, traffic-wise, etc., etc.
Right.
And so far, I mean, they know what they're doing. That's one thing,
Right.
So.
And then we have Pan 50 and Food Fest.
Oh,
tell us about that.
Now that's another fantastic event. That happens on the Carinage.
Okay.
And Pan is one of our, the only instruments so far, invented in the 21st century.
Yes.
Right? And it's part of us. It's who we are. And we thought it would be nice to celebrate Pan. Give Pan their day, their moment. So we call it Pan 50. And it's going to be from where the lotto is.
Yes.
Right around to where the fire station.
Okay.
Right?
So it starts from the ground.
Right.
All bands will be set up there?
All bands. So we'll have 7 bands at different areas. So each band will be performing at different moments. And each like little concerts happening. The whole Carinage will be pedestrian, no cars.
Okay.
There'll be tents with food of every Grenadian cuisine you can think of would be on display. We're trying to get people to do not merely chicken and chips.
Yeah,
but chicken
we don't want to chicken and fries things.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, I love chicken. I'm a chicken man, but do chicken and sweet potato chips, that kind of stuff. Try and be creative, and make it magical. I remember the first time I tasted plantain chips was in 1969 when I was a little boy, when Guyana brought it to Grenada for Expo 69.
Okay.
Yeah, we never used to have plantain chips, and it was the biggest thing out, So I'm saying you can create something and start a trend.
I'm assuming that conversation has already been had with the individual.
Oh yes.
You understand? Because folks want to know in advance what they will expect of them to come and do, and I like that. I like that. Make it different.
Yes.
But still keeping the Grenadianism in it, as I like to trip in that word.
Exactly. Yes. No, I agree.
Keep it Grenadian, but a little tweaking from time to time makes a whole lot of difference. You don't want to come and expect the same old.
That's right. Yeah,
I like it.
And so people can be walking around. So if your band will be up by the fire station, you go in and you're listening to your band. So every band will have a certain moment they'll be playing. So at every given time there'll be 3 bands playing.
So they're also incorporating all of the local bands. I'm assuming all of the bands will be.
All bands will be local.
And there's approximately 8 to 10.
But we can't include all because it's just too many.
All right.
So we might be able.
I guess I would not be assuming the entire size of the van, but of course enough that will, of course, able to
make an impact.
To make an impact.
Yeah, and I keep saying that this is your moment, Pan. To it's like a pan crawl. You know when you're just moving from pan to pan, like the olden days. You go to the pan yard to listen to them jam and stuff like that. That's the feel I want to get in the Carinage. And then with all those beautiful lights that are already there. It's really magical. Now you have all these lights. You have people selling stuff. You have friends. And again, I want you all dress folky, you know, just with colors. Just don't come.
Let the colors represent.
Yeah, the Grenadianism of us.
Tell me, I'm assuming I've spoken to the bands as for who are going to be there, the particular the pansides who are going to be there. Are they playing all Grenadian music? I'm assuming, I guess,
Grenadian music.
They've been told to them already.
Yeah, Grenadian music, you know. And then somebody might want to do a classical just to showcase the
talent that they have.
Stuff, you know.
That's understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable. That's what pan is about, you know. Because you don't want everybody playing the same 5 tunes, you know. So you can be creative, you know. And that's the magic of it. I just want pan to be celebrated that night, you know, and people to really appreciate it. So there won't be any DJ music, nothing of the sort. Good. Only song on the Carinage is going to be the pan. And the magic about the Carinage is that it's an amphitheater, right? Because I can stay in Green Street and hear people talking in the night on H.A. Blaze Street because it carries, you see. And that's why when the rum runner comes in at 12 o'clock in the night, it wakes the whole neighborhood up. That's another thing we're going to talk about. That's another conversation. That's another conversation. Noise pollution. Please, we have to talk about that.
So true.
Very, very disturbing to the communities all over. So that's going to be a really beautiful event, you know, Pan 50 and the food fest, and it's just going to be a nice buzz, you know, like, you know, I've been in Toronto where I live, you know, they have that, you know, on Harbourfront. You go to Paris, you walk through, you see all these little events happening, and it's a community feel, you know, and it's just not about a blocko. I don't want it to be a blocko where it's come and you drink rum and you get drunk and that kind of stuff. I want it to be a celebration of a feel-good moment, you know, with everybody.
If you had an option to make an impact of a particular event for our 50th anniversary, what are sort of ideas? I know ideas are something that flows through your mind constantly. What would you like to have seen different about our 50th anniversary of independence? If you had that option in terms of creating something that would impact our 50th anniversary of independence.
Well, some of the ideas I just showed, they came in my head.
I mean, I understand what we already spoke about because you've been part of the creative part of that. Yeah. But if there was something else that you would have been permitted to make an impact about, what would it be?
There's so much. I mean, I don't know. And the nice thing about this too is that your celebration is just not for that week or that month.
I mean, we have the entire year. Year. So probably something's going to pop up in your mind again, presented to the authorities, and they will say, "Hey, let's make a go with that."
Because right now I'm just focusing.
I was just trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. What I'd love to see too on that night, all the boats in the harbor with light, you know, light up, decorate themselves. So when you look into the harbor as well, you know, the magic of the sea is happening there. You know, so it's a lot to do, and it's a teamwork, you know.
All right.
Yeah, it's exhausting, but
you know, just for what you have mentioned, what we're looking for from the 7th, of course, when we get to that particular cultural show at the stadium, that's going to be magical. So folks are to look forward for that. Then come the 8th, that's going to be also magical. Right. Come the 10th, it's going to be magical.
Right. So the 10th starts at 5, but the pan starts at 6.
Oh, all right.
So there'll be things, and you can come and eat and mingle and stuff, and then the pan itself starts at 6 p.m. on the 10th.
All right.
The stadium.
Ricky, it's going to be exciting, and I just hope that folks come out and be part of it. That's the most important fact. You don't want to put it out and you don't have the audience to accept it.
Yeah.
I understand that.
It's going to be a nice buzz. It's going to be very unusual, and there are a lot of other things happening throughout the country too. You know, like that the gospel show they have up from here, and each parish would have their own month.
All right.
You know, throughout the year, so each parish would be
because each parish do have their committee that takes care of their particular events in their community. All right.
So. But, you know, of course, you know, St. George's being the capital, and that's where, you know, we begin, you know, the celebration.
So we cannot centralize it.
Centralize for that moment, for that month. But then after that, no, every parish will be celebrating.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Great. All right.
And then, well, I'm doing the journey.
Yeah, well, you know, I understand you also have a major event coming up.
Yeah.
You want to just chipping on that just a wee bit?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing a play, you know, it's called Journey to Gold.
Yes.
And it's going to be on March, the first weekend of March, the 2nd and 3rd of March, 3rd and 4th, I think it's Saturday and Sunday of March. And it's telling 50 years in 2.5 hours.
50 years in 2.5 hours.
From Sir Eric Matthew Gary to Deacon Mitchell.
Okay.
So it's comedy, song, and dance. You know, it's going to be an incredible evening at the Trade Center.
All right.
It's called Journey to Gold. So look out for that. That's the first weekend of March, and tickets will go on sale once this be open on the 7th.
All right.
Yeah.
Ricky, I want to thank you so much for sharing the information this morning. Certainly hope that Grenadians come out and be part of it. It's going to be an exciting event coming up. I mean, from the 7th, the 8th, and of course the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more to come. These are just the initial stages of it.
Oh yes, yeah,
These are just the initial stages of it. There's more. There's much more to come.
Plus we have the Calypso Monarch.
Yes, the Independence Calypso competition coming up.
Yes, and then they have the Gospel Show.
Yes,
and then we have Up From Here, which is on the 2nd of February. There are tons of stuff. The governor, the Gigi's ball. There's so much stuff happening, and you can, if you look onto the website, which is grenadaturns50.gd, you can get all the information.
Because I'm actually following it as we speak.
Yeah,
and I would say it's going to be a good 50th anniversary. I am hopeful that Grenadians come out and accept all that is happening, and just let the celebration be a wonderful one.
Yeah, and it's going to be a memorable event. How many times you do 50?
So true. You can only do 50 once, because you could never get another 50. It'll be 100.
That's right.
Ricky, I want to thank you once again.
Listen,
thanks for having us. It's a pleasure having you in studio. It's always great to have a conversation with you. Yeah. And best wishes, of course, for the events that's coming up and your event, of course, that comes up in March.
Yeah,
thank you once again.
Friend. God bless.
All right, thanks so much. Yeah. Hey, folks, that's where we take a wrap for this edition of Mid-Morning Buzz. I do have another segment coming up. Stay with us here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. Best wishes. We'll be right back shortly.
I want you to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
Passport, join us for Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. Witness the spectacle of the mass, the music, and the energy. Then we'll sprint over to Barbados for the Run Barbados Marathon. It's color, revelry, and tons of excitement on Caribbean Passport. Right here on this station.
Who does man of the party? Tell them it's 4-7 trade. Shout it, let them know where we represent 4-7 trade. Who's the body's passing? 4-7 trade. Them no crazy like
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome to our listeners, those of you listening via Classic Radio 105.5 and 105.9. Good morning to you once again. Welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz here on Classic Radio. Also, those of you viewing via GBN TV, whether you're viewing Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channel 20, good morning and welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz. I'm your host, GT. Got some guests with me this morning. They are coming in virtually this morning. We do have, of course, Ms. Carin Gordon and also Raquel Campbell, both of us this morning. Let me say good morning to my guests, both of you. Good morning and welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. Should I say season greetings and everything in between, and Happy New Year. How are you doing this morning?
Well, we're doing very fine. Thank you very much for having us here today. As you know, we're coming from the beautiful hotel known as Mandela Court Luxury Suites here in Lansepine. And with me is Miss Raquel Campbell, who would also talk about some of the events that we're having planned for tomorrow. All right. So thank you for having us.
Okay. Now, I'm seeing you talking about, of course, the Mandela Court Luxury Hotel. And, of course, we're talking about High Tea Expo. Tell us about that and what's that about that particular event that's coming up.
Yes, thank you. So this tomorrow we're having from the hours of from 9 a.m. in the morning until 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. We'll be
I think I may have lost your audio there just a wee bit. Not sure what happened. I may have lost the audio from you just a wee bit.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yes. Go right ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. So tomorrow we'll be having what we call our High Tea Pop-Up Shop event. And what that really is an opportunity to showcase the best of Grenada. We have a lot of talented people here in Grenada who do a lot of teas and crafts. They do a lot of homemade items that they sell. And we wanted to give an opportunity to these young vendors to come to the hotel and showcase their work, their artistry. Given that it is coming on our 50th anniversary, we thought when else or what would be a better time to showcase the classic art of Grenada. And so tomorrow at Mandela Court, we will be having our beautiful event here. It's open to the public for general admission, and we're going to have many vendors who are going to be showcasing some of their very best products. We have winemakers, we have basket makers, we have with me here, Miss Keisha Campbell, who is part of the Karate Association. So they're also going to be there. We have health and wellness. We have just a whole group of different things. And what I also want to say is Courts Grenada agreed to partner with us, and so they're going to be here as well. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for people to come and see Mandela Court, learn about the hotel, because I know a lot of people probably don't know about it, but then at the same time really get to see the best of Grenada. As it relates to the tea aspect of it, because it is high tea, we are going to be having in our upstairs conference room the opportunity to come and do tea tasting. Yeah. The island of Grenada, we're known as the Spice Isle, right? Yeah. So we have so many spices that are used in teas all over the world. And people are going to get an opportunity to taste it locally, brewed here, from local vendors who make their tea right here in Grenada. And you're going to get an opportunity to do that while we taste some of our specially made treats from locally sourced vendors as well. So I think it will be a great opportunity for the public to just come and take in part of our, what we have here in Grenada.
When you mentioned high tea, that sort of grabbed my attention just a wee bit. Maybe you could expand a little bit. High tea. I always think of tea as tea, but then telling me high tea. Explain that to me a wee bit. Expand on that.
So I'm happy that you say that. So high tea takes tea to another level. It's what you call the elegance of tea.
All right.
And it's a very English thing. So in the English community and in London, people do high tea where they come with what they call fascinators. They're beautiful small hats that you put on your head.
Okay.
And I mean, it would be great if some people could come through with some fascinators.
All right.
In their beautiful tea dresses. And you come and you sit and you have tea and coffee and you eat your sweets and treats and you chat.
All right.
So high tea, it's an elegance that's added to it. A lot of time you find the more mature folks want to do it, but we want to open it to the public. Everyone, but no matter of age, come in, taste Grenada, taste our spices, all in support of our young entrepreneurs that we have here.
All right. The idea for this particular event, what gravitated you to, of course, put on an event of that particular nature?
For me, I would say I like tea. I plant mint tea and all different type of mint every year, and I'll dry it and I'll make my own tea and I'll do my tea at my house. I'll have my friends come over and we'll have tea and wine, of course, not that I'm advertising alcohol, but we have a little wine, we have some pastries, we do all those stuff. It's just an opportunity for, I think, as you get a little bit older, and when you get sometimes you're in certain careers and sometimes you have different functions. There's a different way to still meet and enjoy the comfort of your friends and family without necessarily having to be in a club per se, but you can still have that camaraderie. And so it's something that I enjoy. And so I thought it would be a nice thing to introduce. I'm not sure if it has ever been done in Grenada before, but it's a start. And if people like it, maybe we can do it another time.
So true.
So I'm hoping that individuals would come here, bring your hats, your nice little cute hat, and come and and enjoy what we have. I want to turn it over to Miss Keisha Campbell, if it's okay, because I want her to share the other aspect of the event tomorrow, which will include more of the health and fitness aspect as well, if that's okay.
So over to you, Keisha. Let me hear. Well, you keep saying Keisha and Raquel. I guess you have double names, right?
Right. This is not an event for age. It's open to all age. And what the older folks will get from this is they'll get a better understanding on insurance. A lot of people might have trouble when they reach a certain age to get insurance. We have a representative, Jason Thomas, who represents Pan American. He will be there to answer all the questions that you need as you grow older in regard to insurance. We also have Edison Worm from Tai Chi. We have the Kung Fu Association and my karate club, Soaring Eagle. So to get the younger ones into a sport aspect, there'll be registration there. Even if you're old, we have people ageable, 80-something, 70, that may be recommended to do a fitness to deal with their health. So we offer the health aspect, the Buddhism-ness of karate, and the sports version of karate, right? So that's why we're asking everyone to come in. It's not just to come and buy stuff, jewelry or tasty, but you can get like an idea how to prepare for your future from some of these business persons here tomorrow.
All right, great. Of course, great, lovely to hear that. And there's also some other aspects of it. There's going to be loads of giveaways, the opportunities for you to, of course, win a one-night stay for Valentine's. Tell us more about that.
Valentine's. Can you repeat that?
I'm hearing about the other aspects of the evening also. We talk with folks can come and be part of the giveaways. There's besides the tea tasting, there's chances to win a one night stay for Valentine's and so much more. Tell us about that.
Yes, that's wonderful. So I'm so excited. I hope a lot of people do come out because Valentine's is right around the corner, and so we are going to be giving away. We're going to probably throw out a few trivial questions for trivia questions, for on the history of Grenada and probably the history of our independence. And one lucky individual would be able to win a one-night stay at the Mandela Court Luxury Hotel for Valentine's, and they can bring their significant other because it would be for two. And yeah, so I'm hoping that also that when individuals do come to the event tomorrow, they're going to get an opportunity to see what our property really is. It's a beautiful property. Many have said in the past that it looks like a penthouse on a hill. It really is beautiful construction, and so I know marketing is part of it, and so it's also part of what we're doing here by bringing the public in so they get an opportunity to see our property, see what we offer, and letting Grenadians know it's open to them too. It's not just for the tourists, it's for you. It's homegrown. It's a property owned by a local who was born and raised in Grenada, and so it will be good also for them to know that, hey, you have alternatives as well. So Valentine's Day is going to be great. Come through. You're going to be able to win a one night with Mandela Court, and we're going to make sure that you have a wonderful time once you stay with us.
All right.
Especially if you are an event promoter or so forth, I will recommend that you do come and visit the compound, because our conference room is very elegant and small, and it could be hosted for many, many events, which most people is not aware of, and the price is very friendly, I must say. So it comes with a staff kitchen as well. So whereas you book a venue and you have to book a caterer, we offer a full package. So come in and see the venue, and to see what it can offer for a small entrepreneur will be something that you get to discuss with the people on the compound tomorrow as well.
All right. Yeah. And you could also come in and get that VIP high tea experience that you mentioned.
Do come. We want Grenadians to embrace what is ours, homegrown. We want, as they say, eat what you grow what you eat. We brew a lot of tea here, and what I've noticed in the past is that every time I go to look for teas, brews in Grenada, it's sold by somebody outside of Grenada. And I want us to see that we have local people here that sell the same tea. They brew it, they make it themselves. Come and taste it locally done here. Right? Come and taste what we plant, what we grow, that everybody export and say, or everybody, sell and say it's from Grenada, but it's not sold by Grenadians. So right. It's an opportunity for the young entrepreneurs, the young business people to be showcased, and for people to come and see what they're able to do as well. So our entrance fee is free. So it's open to any and everybody. You can come through tomorrow. And for the individuals who have their booths, this fee was very nominal. $20 was all we asked, just to secure the spot so that we know that they would actually show up. So it was a very nominal fee, and the purpose was just so that this is your opportunity to shine. You come, we're going to provide you with everything that you need for that day. All you have to do is to show up and present your best product, and hopefully people are going to be here and they're going to buy.
All right. Carin and Raquel, I want to thank you folks once again, and I certainly hope folks come out and have a great time with the high tea. I just like the name. So hope they come out, have a great time. And of course, all the other entrepreneurs are going to be there. Hope they get to showcase their products and get some business from showcasing their product also. And you get some business from folks coming out to the Mandela Court Hotel also. I want to thank you once again, and the best wishes for the day. Thanks for being on the Mid-Morning Buzz.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much for having us.
Have a good day.
You're certainly welcome. Hey, folks, that's where we take a wrap for this edition of the Mid-Morning Buzz here at Classic Radio GBN TV. Have a good one, folks. That's where we say goodbye, and all the best, folks. Goodbye.